Welcome to guided meditation and stress management. So by the name it is clear. Where is the smile? Who? I don't see you smiling. I always tell everyone to keep a big smile the moment you are in this session. Come on. Oh, that's good. So by the name it is clear, it is guided meditation and stress management. Pay attention. What is guided meditation? The teacher, you have to borrow the mind of a teacher and keep your mind aside. What happens if you don't keep your mind aside and still you are doing the practice of meditation? So I always learn from my experiences. So today in the afternoon I had a call from my Indian student. He's having a very severe anxiety disorder. So what happens in that tremendous anxiety is everything is all right. All investigations are okay. The moment he's in anxiety and he lifts the cup, his hand starts shaking. And especially when he's dealing with the customers, he's a very good businessman, extremely intelligent, very wise. He's doing very good financially in his business. But he has to invite his customers for a cup of tea. At the same time, his mind is obsessed with the idea that his hand will shake. Now he's going to order tea, then the tea will come, and there will be one cup of tea will be placed in front of him, and then he will take a sip. So his mind is constantly reminding him that his hands will shake. Now I'm just explaining the entire scenario, and then I will make my point how the teaches with reference to the guided meditation. You can borrow the mind of a teacher, but at the same time, if you do not keep your mind aside, what happens? So then he was so serious, he started talking, "Sir, what should I do? I have been practicing meditation." But his mind was still obsessed that his hand will shake. So intellectually, when his mind was totally obsessed, I said, just go to your kitchen, we were in a hangout, and bring a cup full of water. He brought it, and I said, when we are talking, you continue to take a sip. His hands never shaked. One thing, that is your experience. That was his experience. But at the same time, he was talking to me and he started crying. Sir, normally they call me sir there. Sir, you see that I have been doing the practice for the last couple of months. There is no benefit. And I said, drop the meditation. He is not able to see the benefit. His hand is not shaking. But intellectually he is obsessed. He was not able to keep his mind aside, and he was not aware. Where is he? What he is doing? You understand what I'm saying? He complained. He was crying that his hand is still shaking. What should I do? What chemical, what drugs I should take to help my brain? And at the same time, he was also taking a sip from the cup, and there was no shaking. And at last he realized what he was saying. And then what he said, "Sir, it never happens before you. It happens when the customer comes." This is a true example of an impure mind. Buddha, in his famous text, first 4 verses are devoted to that. What he says, all experiences, knowledge, all activities, feeling and the sensations, including negative and positive, take place in the mind. First thing, I know you because of the mind. I'm giving a class of meditation because of the mind. I have my own challenges that I know because of the mind. Huh? I'm also suffering, from anxiety. So, you see that the second phrase Buddha says, if this mind is impure, that leads to suffering. And what is that suffering? It may be anxiety, it may be depression, it may be jealousy, it may be hatred, it may be, you can add all the long list of the problem. That is what in the first verse Buddha says, that all experiences, all our actions, all our feelings takes place in the mind. But if the mind is impure, then what happens? Then you will say, I'm stressed. Then you will say, I'm anxious. Where is the smile, my friend? Give a smile. Yes. So that is now what happens. So there the master have discovered and they have taught us the 3 principles. And I have been repeating it. First principle, come on my friend. So first principle, first is learning the principles as it is. If you don't learn the principles as it is, there will never be a success in meditation. You find out any teachings of any master, they always talk first. They give you a dose to your mind. This is the principle. You are treating the path which is different than the way you are living through your mind. Second is contemplation, for clarity, for removing the confusion. If you don't remove the confusion of your mind, so I asked the same guy, I said, can you stop for a minute and keep looking at me? So I have to use different means. So he started looking at me. After 30 seconds, he started crying. You see, sir, nothing is happening. And then what happened in that obsession? I said, call your wife. Let me talk. Sir, no, sir, I will not call my wife because if I call her, she will make fun of me. This is a perfect example of an impure mind, impure intellect, and if you keep that obsession with you, if you don't keep your mind aside during the meditation, nothing will happen. And I always tell that I'm not responsible. You are responsible for it. Because it is your journey. It is you have to undertake a journey. So second principle, I have to contemplate. So once I learned, what I learned? Impure mind. So what is that happens in impure mind? Oh, my mind constantly repeats and thinks habitually. What should I do? Stop it. Because impure mind will lead me to anxiety. Can I stop talking to myself? No. Why should? I'm intelligent. The same impure mind becomes more intelligent than the practice and experience of meditation. That is why we do not succeed. That is why a lot of people tell me, it's very good when I am with you, but the moment I reach my car and open the door, the same anxiety, the same problem, the same stress. It is because of this. So we have to not only learn the principles, understand. Understanding is that you have to contemplate. Now I'm seeing the same example of this wonderful gentleman. He was taking a sip, there was no shaking. And he was crying for his problem. Where is the problem? That is why the science also says anxiety means unfounded worries. It has no basis. Very simple definition. They explain you differently at 5 or 6 points. In the end, they say unfounded worries. See that. So if you don't follow, if you don't contemplate, and after contemplation, then you have to do a regular practice until that impure mind in the intellect transforms completely. How long it will take, it depends on you. It can happen in a day. It can happen in one session. And then again you come back and you reconfirm, oh, it's happening. Now you enjoy that state. And then I see, from many of you, this whisper in my ears, oh, my honeys also feels that there is a change. It reflects in your personality and attitude. It is not that, I've been doing meditation with you, there is no change. I'm not responsible. To be very clear. I'm not at all responsible. I'm a free person. That you have to commit yourself, that I have to change myself. That is the journey of meditation. So, again revising and then we will start. First, Buddha says, all experiences, all our actions, all knowledge that takes place in the mind. If the mind is impure, I will continue to suffer. So what I have to do here, your mind becomes pure and you go deeper into the meditative state. And the moment you reach into your car, I have to be jealous. Someone insulted me, someone abused me. The Buddha wrote the third verse in the same way. So those who thinks like this, the other is abusing me, the other is responsible for my pain and the suffering, you will continue to suffer. Meditation is a journey to be self-oriented. I'm not saying Buddha is saying I'm free. That's the beauty of my life. I give responsibility to these great teachers, and I'm free. They are responsible. If you don't change, call them. The third verse he says. In the second verse he reconfirms that if the mind is pure, then your knowledge, your feeling and experiences and your actions leads you to inner peace and happiness. And the same way he repeats the fourth verse. That if your mind is pure, means it is self-oriented, means you reconfirm to yourself with all the thinking and contemplation that I'm responsible for my peace and happiness, and I'm responsible for my pain and suffering. No one else. My friend, no one else. Not your honey, not your kids.
Agree.
Agree? Yes. Then you are on the right journey. So then you become self-oriented. Then you start contemplating. Repeating the same guy. So I asked him that, all these customers are responsible for shaking of your hand. No, sir, it is me. I said, can you stop this chattering that is going on in your mind? And then he started crying. Well, I've been doing meditation for so many months, there is no result. I said, stop it. If there is no result, stop it. And this particular, the people do not understand this part. I have tried with the beer guy, he doesn't do that. I will go for another. No. Commitment, the last thing. In a mathematical form. 1 hour of learning you have to devote 24 hours of contemplation to remove the confusion and the doubt. 24 hours of contemplation should follow 24 weeks of practice. Mind will change. How many hours you contemplate once you leave the session here? Tell me. Now you contemplate, my honey is like this, my honey is like this. Huh? And then you say there is no change. You are responsible. I am not responsible for it. The mind immediately takes a 180 turn. Okay, I'm relaxed, I hope my honey will be okay. Why? You should be okay. Come on. You should be okay. No. Other is responsible. The last thing, I'll make a statement, then we'll start the practice. Every master, my master also says that you may be a great scholar. Intellectually, you are very sharp. And I believe that everyone is super intelligent here. But that intellectual exercise must stop when you practice to lead you to an experience. And if you don't practice it, keeping your mind aside. Anyhow, don't be so serious. Any question? Let us start. Undertake our journey. Close your eyes, sit or lie down. With a smile on the face. Bigger smile. Some people think when I say you to smile, they think that I'm crazy. Yes, I want to be crazy. So eyes are closed. So today's journey, eyes are closed. Now watch, experience. The body is steady. Why? Because we are asking the mind, please do nothing. So how do we know we are doing nothing? So we look at the body. Where the body moves? From the joints. So look at the neck joint. Feel the sensation and experience the steadiness. Just, I'm talking as if I'm communicating, and my communication, as if when you borrow my mind, it means that I'm explaining your state here and now. Oh, you will say, you have just started, meditation is not finished. It must start from the beginning. Meditation is beyond the cause and effect relationship. No, I will do it and after 40 minutes. No, from here and now. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. You feel the sensation. Okay, and check. There is a steadiness there. Move the mind on the hip joint. Feel the sensation, steadiness. Just experience the steadiness. Where is steadiness? The body doesn't move. The body is made up of carbohydrate, protein, fat. It's a matter. When you keep them, spread the mat, it doesn't move. So the body shouldn't move. Why it moves? Because of the mind. You see, keep your mind aside. Look at the knee joints and the ankle joints. So, feel the sensation and then experience the steadiness. Did I say you that everything happens, the knowledge happens in the mind? So let your mind become aware of this knowledge as an experience. What is that experience? that your body is comfortable and it is steady. And even if it is not steady now, and your mind might be complaining subconsciously, it is better to lie down and make yourself totally comfortable and steady. Okay, second point. Relaxed. If the mind has no knowledge, if the mind doesn't accept any knowledge of the fatigue of the thinking, what happens to you? You feel relaxed. The mind is not there in deep sleep, and you enjoy that state of the bliss. So what we are doing? Look inside the head, let the thought come and go. How these thoughts move into our mind. Mind, accept that as a mental highway deep inside the head, and on that highway there is a traffic. Does anything happen to the highway, Route 9, which is so near? You all have come, possibly from the Route 9. Nothing happens to the dry highway. What happens? To whom it happens? The traffic. What is that traffic inside your head? Is the thought. The best way to keep your mind aside is not listening to your own mind. That instantly helps you to experience somewhat relaxation. See that point. Intellectual exercise will not work. It will work, that is the second phase. Contemplation, for removing the doubt and helping the mind to be clear. Third point is be happy. Yes, there is no reason outside to be happy. After all, you are doing nothing. There is no goal at all. The mind did not set any goal. Now, just you're there. You exist. You're here and now. Is it not a moment of happiness? Yes. That is a perfect state to start and to discover what it means by the pure mind. See that, my friends. I'm not. Now, as Buddha said, the mind is impure. That leads to suffering, stress, anxiety, problem, pain, and a long list. So we have to purify the mind. So all the breathing practices, there are many breathing practices. Their one goal is what? To purify the mind. And once we purify the mind, we will move the mind inside. Something like there is a storm outside and we rush inside the home, close the door, we are out of the storm. So, looking inside the forehead and start breathing long with a hissing sound. Long in the hissing sound. The eyes remain closed, my friends. Long in the hissing sound. Continue. Yes. Long in the hissing sound. Long. Don't start thinking and scratching your body. You see that? Your mind has gone somewhere. Long in the hissing. It is important. So I use the different tools to help you. Continue. 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 Now take a deep breath and start reciting. Another way to purify the mind. Continue to sing. Now lips together. Humming sound. Continue to say "oh" in your mind, but lips remain together. Continue. And stop it. You see, the sound and the mantra are used for at least 6 or 7 different ways. So today we have used both the sounds to purify the mind. Don't get distracted. If you make Google as your teacher, you'll definitely be distracted. what will happen? Your intellect will claim you know. What is the meaning of Om? No. We are not going into the meaning of Om or humming. Our goal is to purify the mind. Now, we will experience whether there is a little bit of purification or not. How? By learning from your own experiences. You see that? Today's meditation is a play and a fun and a joy. Look at the head and the neck. Move the mind on the head and the neck. Move the mind on the head and the neck. You see, I'm drawing your attention by repeating thrice. And your mind goes back to the head and the neck again. Now learn from your own experiences. There is a sensation that is deeper. Why it is deeper? Because the mind is starting moving inside. You experience the relaxation. And you also experience the stillness. You discover that. Meditation is always a discovery. Look at the right arm. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation. Experience the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Move the mind on the left arm, left hand, from the shoulder to the fingers. Yes, you have kept your mind aside. So the moment I say, move the mind on the left arm, gently, it is as if it is touching, patting. The mind is patting the entire left arm. So what is that patting? It is an awareness. An awareness gives you what is happening. What is happening? Sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Well, your mind will return and say, there is no relaxation. Okay, let me remove that part. Just experience the sensation and the stillness. You may be experiencing sometime the numbness, the freezing. These experiences are bound to happen. What should I do? Accept it. No change. Move the mind on the chest and the belly, in the front and the spine, at the back, the middle portion of the body. Move the mind on the middle portion of the body and learn from your own experience. It is your own. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Do not record my audios. You'll be held responsible for it. Disclaimer. Move the mind on the right leg. Move the mind on the right leg. From the right side of the waist to the toes. Move the mind once again. You borrowed my mind. It is the steadiness is there. So the moment your mind becomes active, it starts moving the body. So when it starts moving the body, it is already distracted. It wants to rush outside. When it wants to rush outside, then what happens? It becomes impure. That is the meaning of the verse that I explained to you today. Move the mind on the left leg. Move the mind on the left leg. Experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So in meditation, different states of the mind are experienced. You have started the journey in a waking state. It may lead you to awakening state, it may lead you to dream state, it may lead you to sleeping state. Don't worry about it. Just continue the journey. The entire body, from the top to the toes, feel the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. Now see what we did. We did nothing. Until now you can say it is all about preparing your mind. So if you claim, I have learnt meditation from this beer guy who asked me to do the breathing and the chanting and all the stuff, it may change another program. Then you'll be confused. So experience the state of sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. The next step should be like this, where we can experience as if the mind is living within. From there the awakening takes place. There are many ways of doing this. And one of the many ways would be to use a mental sound. Look at the breath. The breath goes in. Drop the sound Om on that breath. When the breath comes out, Om. Breath goes in, Om. Mental. We have already bypassed the body, so we are not using the body now. Even not the breath. The breath goes in, Om. Breath comes out, Om. Consider the scenario. The breath is the highway. And every time the breath goes in and comes out, it is the single Om. And that you are playing with it. You are not serious, just play with it. So the moment you drop that sound, the mind returns within, and then it continues to live within. That is the purpose. Now, we use another way to intensify the experience. The moment the breath goes in, look inside the forehead in the space and drop the Om. So what happens? That Om merges into the space. The breath comes out. The Om merges into the outer space. That is the key. I believe everyone is a good driver here. They all have parked their car outside. and they drove here. So while driving, you were not only aware of the other cars on the right, left, rear, and the front, but you were also aware of the entire space. I'm talking of that space bypassing the thoughts that are still coming to your mind. You don't stop the car if the car is running in front of you and then you start talking to that guy, or in the rear, or on the right and the left. That will give you a glimpse. Look inside the heart, the breath goes in. Drop Om in the space inside, the breath returns Om. So we chose these three centers from where the mind acts and gathers the knowledge. The eyes are not closed. You need not to look at me. First, you have to practice and experience. You have enough time to look me. Why you have come, you have to keep your mind aside. Your mind will create a lot of situations, and you are carried away by the mind, you are lost. That is the way you should understand. I'm clarifying possibly everything, and still I feel I cannot do it. Because it is meditative state is not an experience of the mind. That's a big topic. We'll talk sometime. Now, the breath goes in, look inside the belly button and drop the same Om, just casually, playfully. As if you are sure that you are not doing anything. Okay, breath is going in casually, look inside the belly button, and Om returns Om. We are using this sound to help the mind to live within. Do not start thinking, if I do Om millions of times, then I will get more power. No, don't do that. In the state of sensation, relaxation, and the stillness, you are living within you with awareness of the breath. When the breath is going in, you are watching it, and casually you look inside the belly button and you drop Om. Return sound. Mental. No sound should be there. My friends, that will help the mind to live within. Now, stop doing anything. No Om. Just keep looking either inside the forehead or inside the heart or inside the belly casually. So what is going to happen? The moment any thought comes, you superimpose playfully Om, maybe a couple of times, and when you experience again the sense of emptiness prevails, just be with it. What did I say? Your mind may invite some thought, you get carried away, you remember what? Oh, the thought has come, let me say Om, going in and out, maybe 1 or 2 times. When the thought disappears, let the Om also be stopped. Live into that state of emptiness. Live into that state of infinite space everywhere. Introducing a new concept. When we ask the mind to live within, what is very important? When you live within, do nothing. Wait. Wait for what? I'll tell you later. Simply wait. Wait where? In that experience of the space everywhere. In the state of sensation, relaxation, stillness, and a calmness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Beautiful verse. It means, literal meaning is, I take refuge in Buddha. This is the meaning done by the scholars, intellectual scholars. But those who really practice meditation, for them the meaning is, I take refuge in pure awareness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Bring your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, cover your eyes with both the palms, open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Bring the hands down, sit up, we'll share our experiences. And if you have any challenge during the practice, let me know. We'll understand that. So in the next program, practice, you can do it correctly. How are you, my friend?
Very refreshed, went very deep.
Very deep?
And didn't want to come back.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really wonderful. How are you, my friend?
Calm.
Calm? Yes. Now, can I ask you a question? What you were looking at me during the meditation? Yeah, that's really good. I appreciate that. So what happens habitually, subconsciously, the mind wants to live outside. So it keeps the eyes open. So I requested him and he did it. He then closed his eyes. So it happens. You have to continue the journey, my friend. Come. How are you, my friend?
That's really good. There's I'm tingling like from here to my nose, like
That's
this.
Wonderful.
Like that. It's really wild.
Yeah.
It's so tingling.
Tingling, numbness, body freezes down, be with it, accept it. It is going to help you go deeper. How are you, sir? Very good. I could see your face and you're calm. Don't believe them. You tell your own experiences. They may be wrong. What is your experience? Calm? Not calm?
Calm.
Calm? Or agitated?
Just calm.
Calm. That's a good beginning. How are you, my friend? Relax?
My neck hurts a little bit. I couldn't lay down.
You are progressing. There is a tremendous change that I could see in you. How are you? Good? How are you? Relax. Calm. How are you, my friend?
Very good.
Very good?
My arms just flinched, like, I was in deep bed. I guess I was.
It flinched, you know.
I
It's
was floating.
yeah, floating. That's a
Wow.
deeper. It's your practice you do regularly. He has been regular, I think, more or less, barring 1 hour. You have been regular. So when you are regular, then you understand. So I try to give an understanding through different variety of ways. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. That was great. It felt like
That was great.
2 minutes. I want to go back. I was upset when you said wake up.
Ah,
I really
that's
was.
really good.
Am I hearing him right?
Ah, that's really good. That's good. You have been regular.
You helped me on the plane. I was on a plane last week, and I said to my daughter, "We're going to have to do this. I don't want to do this. That's stupid. That's stupid." I said, "No, just do me a favor and follow me. And let's do this."
Yeah.
And it helped me
It helped you,
because we had horrible turbulence. It was really bad. But
Yeah.
it helped me, and I just kind of ladies next to me, she was looking at me like I'm crazy. I was humming really low.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
had to get there. I just had to get there. I don't care who sees what. But I'm gonna
Yes.
do this.
Don't get upset. Just do it. I'm doing it for myself. So never. So I went to Arizona just 2 weeks before for an intensive program. So I sat on a plane, then I closed my eyes. So at least for 2.5 hours, when I opened my eyes, so the friend near me said, "Oh, you had a good sleep." I said, "Yes, I had a very sound sleep, but without any sound." You need not to tell anyone. Do yourself. Meditation is purely being self-oriented. You live into that state is the goal. So don't get, you did the right, everyone should learn from her, You sit there and you start doing it. That will help you. To summarize, I told you, the Buddha says, all experiences, knowledge, all actions happens in the mind. Consider the mind as a big pond where all our experiences are there. And if the mind is impure, what it meanings of impure? My mind is constantly on the go to blame, to react, to fight. The entire world is responsible for my suffering. That is the impure mind. Hold on, stop it. Stop communicating to that mind. So that immediately gives you a relief, and then you are ready for meditation. So that